Most people think getting rich is about math or luck. But what if I told you the real secret lies in how you think about money, not how much you have? Money isn't just about numbers, it's deeply tied to our psychology. And understanding that connection can completely change how we view and manage our finances. In today's video, we're diving into 10 powerful lessons from the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. These lessons can help you think differently about money and, most importantly, make smarter financial decisions. So, let's get started. 1. The highest form of wealth is controlling your time. Many people think wealth is about owning fancy cars, a big house, or a flashy watch. But the true measure of wealth is actually having control over your time. Money represents time, and the less money you have, the more time you spend doing things you don't enjoy to earn it. On the other hand, when you have more money, you have more time to do what you love. For example, think of Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft. Although Gates is known for his incredible wealth, he's also known for being able to control his time. His success didn't just make him rich, it gave him the freedom to use his time as he pleases, which is the highest form of wealth. You can work hard to get money, but once you have it, the ability to choose how you spend your day is priceless. The more money you accumulate, the more freedom you can buy, and that's real wealth. 2. Life is no fun without a sense of enough. When you look at billionaires like Jeff Bezos, it seems like they have everything: luxury houses, yachts, and even rockets. But here's the catch. Despite having it all, they often never feel like they have enough. This is because of what's known as the goalpost effect, the idea that once you reach one goal, you just move the goalpost further away and aim for more. In the book, the author talks about how Jeff Bezos, despite all his wealth, might never feel truly satisfied. The lesson here is simple. If you keep chasing more, you'll always feel unfulfilled. Instead, it's important to set a sense of enough. For example, if you set a financial goal that you know will make you comfortable, you'll enjoy life more and avoid the stress of constant pursuit. It's important to realize that happiness doesn't come from having more things. It comes from being content with what you have. When you stop the endless chase, that's when you start to truly enjoy life. 3. The most profitable financial skill is patience. Warren Buffett is known for being one of the wealthiest people in the world. However, most people overlook that much of his fortune was built after the age of 66. His secret? Patience. Buffett's wealth didn't come quickly. In fact, he says the key to building wealth is patience, waiting for things to grow over time. You don't need to be a financial genius to get rich. All you need is the ability to wait and let your investments grow slowly. As he often says, wealth doesn't grow in a straight line, it grows exponentially. It's not about making quick decisions or trying to time the market perfectly. Instead, it's about consistency and trusting that your investments will pay off as time goes by. Over the years, the returns on your investments can become far more significant than anything you could have imagined. 4. Staying wealthy is a combination of frugality and paranoia. Getting rich is one thing, but staying rich is another. To stay wealthy, you need a balance of frugality and paranoia. While getting wealthy often requires optimism and risk-taking, staying wealthy requires you to be humble and cautious. You have to recognize that luck played a role in your success and that the money you have could disappear quickly. Take the example of people who make a lot of money but lose it all. Many of them let their egos get in the way and start making risky decisions. If you want to stay wealthy, it's important to remain frugal, be cautious, and always plan for the worst. Staying wealthy is not about showing off your success, it's about making sure your wealth lasts. You have to be willing to live below your means, even when you have the financial freedom to do otherwise. Being frugal and a little paranoid keeps you grounded, ensuring you make safe, informed financial choices. 5. Rich is visible. Wealth is invisible. Being rich is all about showing off. You might see people flaunting their fancy sports cars, luxury watches, or flying first class. But being wealthy is different. It's invisible. The truly wealthy people are the ones who don't feel the need to flaunt their riches. They live modestly, but they have financial security. A good example of this is how some billionaires, like Warren Buffett, live in modest homes and drive simple cars, even though they have a massive fortune. It's important to realize that just because someone looks rich doesn't mean they have financial security. True wealth is about the financial stability you have, not the things you show off. Many wealthy individuals invest in their future and spend money on things that will provide long-term benefits rather than spending it on temporary pleasures. Real wealth is often quiet, and the best way to measure it is by looking at someone's bank account, not their possessions. 6. Money relies more on psychology than finance. One of the biggest takeaways from the book is that money is more about psychology than finance. It's easy to think that wealth is simply about numbers, how much money you make, and how much you save. But the truth is, how we view money is deeply tied to our emotions and life experiences. For instance, people who grew up in wealthier households often have a different view on money compared to someone who came from a family that struggled financially. Understanding your own psychology when it comes to money can help you make better decisions. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's about understanding why you do what you do with money. Take the example of someone who grew up in an environment where money was scarce. They might have a much different approach to spending and saving than someone who had access to wealth. Being aware of these psychological factors can lead to better financial choices and a healthier relationship with money. 7. You and I think differently about money. Because we're different. The way we think about money is shaped by our personal experiences. We're all influenced by the time we grew up in, our upbringing, and our experiences with money. For example, someone who grew up during the Great Depression may have a very different perspective on saving money than someone who grew up in a booming economy. In the book, the author talks about how someone who grew up in the 1950s, when the stock market was relatively stagnant, might have a much different approach to investing than someone who grew up in the 1980s, when the stock market saw huge growth. Our background shapes how we view and handle money. So, it's important not to judge others based on their financial decisions. What works for one person might not work for another, depending on their unique situation. Understanding these differences can help you be more empathetic toward others' financial choices. 8. People think your car is cool, not you. Have you ever thought about why people are impressed by fancy cars or expensive possessions? The truth is, people aren't really thinking about you when they see a luxury car, they're thinking about the car itself. People often spend large sums of money on things like sports cars, assuming it will make them look cool and earn respect. But respect and admiration come from things like kindness, humility, and empathy, not from the things you own. For example, imagine you see someone driving a flashy sports car. What you really notice is the car, not the person inside. The truth is, possessions don't give you lasting respect. It's who you are as a person that truly matters. Even if you own expensive items, people will respect you for your values, actions, and character, not your wealth. It's a reminder that material things don't define who you are. 9. There's no greater force in finance than room for error. In finance, planning for unexpected events is one of the most important strategies. The book emphasizes that no matter how good your plan is, it's likely to face some bumps along the way. That's why it's crucial to have room for error. You need to expect the unexpected and have a financial cushion to cover those surprises. For instance, having an emergency fund or backup savings can help protect you when life throws curveballs, whether it's a job loss, unexpected medical bills, or a sudden financial setback. It's not about predicting the future, but preparing for it. The best financial plan includes contingencies for the unexpected, giving you the flexibility to handle surprises without derailing your entire strategy. 10. Don't copy others' success, but study successful patterns. In the beginning of the book, the author stresses that copying other people's exact path to success isn't a reliable strategy. The problem with copying someone else's success is that you don't know what luck or circumstances helped them get there. For example, Bill Gates had the rare opportunity to go to a school with a computer before most of the world even had access to one. Instead of copying someone else's journey, it's more helpful to study the common patterns of successful people. By understanding what worked for a variety of successful people, you can develop your own path toward financial success. This means looking beyond the individual story and focusing on the key principles and habits that help them succeed. Recognizing these patterns in the way successful people approach their lives can lead to better decisions in your own financial journey. These 10 lessons from the psychology of money can change the way you view money and help you make smarter financial decisions. Money isn't just about how much you have, it's about how you use it and understand your relationship with it. Which of these 10 lessons hit hardest for you? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more content that helps you scale smarter.